The next project I'm going to talk about actually was an independent study that I did with Tom after that first project, where I started looking at human waste and how the United States produces over 200 million tons of municipal waste every year. And that includes furniture, clothing, bottles, food scraps, any of that stuff. So it's pretty much everything that we use. And rather than just throwing it away and letting it all pile up in a landfill and not recycling it, because recycling takes a large amount of energy to actually post-produce things and, make them something different, or you reuse them. I looked at how do you actually reuse the object itself, and I looked at, what are other people doing, turning bikes into chairs, or jet engines into a desk, or a phone booth into an aquarium. But I didn't really have anything that I wanted to use that I was ready to throw away or get rid of, so I went to, people who do. It's Craigslist.com. There's a free tab, you can look at anything that people are giving away, and I found a piano. And I picked the piano because I had no idea, I had no preconceived notions of what this thing would become. I just said, okay, it's got lots of parts, let's go get it. So my roommate and I, who's in the back, actually went and picked this thing up, had no idea they weighed 600 pounds. Tried to haul this thing into a trailer, hauling it down the road, got it home, started taking it apart, looking at what's on the inside of this thing, and you take it apart, all the basic outer coverings, and we have this beautiful cast iron frame where all the strings and all the piano hammers and everything attach right to this. And I instantly knew that that was going to become the design focus of this thing. So the first iteration I actually looked at, I was thinking maybe using 2 of them, and then talking with Tom and talking with other people, why use 2 of these, why can't it just be 1? And then looking at how do you design this thing so it stands up, so it still maintains that verticality, that structural nature as it was inside the piano, and supports this elegant tabletop. So when I took this thing, and I have no idea why, maybe some of you guys know, but on the inside when you take apart a piano, the piano frame's usually painted gold. I don't know if that's because it makes it look better when you open it up to tune it, or why they do that, but I figured gold doesn't really go that well with most people's homes, so I actually stripped it down back to its natural beauty of the cast iron, and then started to reassemble it. And what you get is a final product where the cast iron frame, the strings and the hammers and everything become the main focus, and there's a simple steel and glass top where as you're sitting at this thing you can see it. And again, I turned to eBay actually to find piano benches because I wanted these chairs to be very simple, not detract from the actual object itself. And I ordered them and they actually worked out really quite well. And then in the top left image, I wanted to maintain a little bit of the history that this thing was a piano. And the best way to do that is actually the serial number and the manufacturer. And when you do that, you can actually look up when was this piano made, where was it made, and all that. I haven't done that yet, but I know that you can. And then on the top right, you can see how the strings just disappear below the glass top. And then on the top left here, you can see the hammers just below the table, minimal structure to support this thing. The bottom left is actually the back side of this cast iron frame that you wouldn't normally see if it's in the piano, but as soon as you take it apart, it takes on this unique characteristic in and of itself. And then the bottom right, actually my dad helped me. It was sitting there and it wasn't actually level, and he goes, you need to get some levelers on this thing. So we just drilled some simple screws in, you can adjust it to sit level. And then just recently we staged it with some food. So what does it look like when you're actually sitting at this table eating dinner? How does the piano actually come forward through that glass? And that's it. So thank you guys very much.